This episode of Monster Model Review, we have Gigantic Frankenstein, otherwise known as Big Frankie, produced by Moebius Models. Originally produced by Aurora Models in 1964, this oversized caricatured rendition of Frankenstein's monster measures 19 inches tall, much larger than the original Aurora monsters. Due to the initial price, around $5, and the caricatured likeness of Frankenstein, this kit was very hard to find, therefore becoming a holy grail to many collectors. But thanks to Moebius Models, Gigantic Frankenstein is back on the shelves. This was one of the must-have kits for me. Being a huge Aurora fan and having never built this back in the day, I was excited to get my hands on one. This is an all-plastic kit, so I built it like I normally would with no exceptions to the size. You can see an example on how I glue up plastic kits on our crafting section on our website, monstermodelreview.com. I built the kit in subsections and was surprised at how little seam work needed to be done after scraping the seams clean of the excess glue. After puttying a couple seams, I base coated everything in black and started dry brushing with appropriate colors. I finished up by gluing the boots, belt, and head on with 2-part epoxy glue. I kept Big Frankie's arms loose using the rubber band provided so I could pose him around the house any way I wished. Also included on this episode is a gallery of 8 fine artists and their representation of Big Frankie. All are Moebius model reissues except for the last 2. First off, we have Rainer Engel and his build-up of the Moebius kit. Next, we have a build-up by Brent Gare. And next, we have Robert Schmidt and his build-up. Here is Mark Zach's rendition of the monster. And next we have Chintzy and his creation. And the last Moebius kit build-up is by Buffalo Joe. The 2 original Aurora kits were built and painted by William T. Kraft from the collection of David Schaefer. And lastly, the award-winning kit built by Mark McGovern. Mark went the extra mile on his rebuild of an original kit by replacing the rubber string with a wire spring, adding googly-eye lenses on the eyes of his creature, and creating an incredible base using styrofoam, celluclay, and Durham's water putty. One of my favorite features is how Mark incorporated the block and chain with the FR on it to have broken from a larger piece with Gigantic Frankenstein engraved in it. Thank you all for those who sent in pictures of your kit. You can find out more on Big Frankie and other monster and superhero and sci-fi related kits at moebiusmodels.com. And you can find out more on Monster Model Review at monstermodelreview.com. I've been your host, Rob Mattison, and thanks for watching.